Welcome, everybody. Welcome. The show is called AskBrien, BRIEN, BRIEN.com. Maybe too much show today for you. If you're driving, you want to just maybe either slow down, pull off to the side of the road. Our show today is going to stimulate you and make you think, because our show's about helping you do better in your life. Better when it comes to putting more money in your bank account. If you're running a business, well, today I'm honored to be sitting next to one of the brightest men in our country and one of the most innovative ladies in our country. To my left, hey, we're on Facebook Live. Let me hit that live thing and see where we are. Whoop, it hasn't popped up yet. Anyway, you're listening to KHTS Hometown Station. Go to hometownstation.com. Listen live. So my name is Coach Ron Tunick, and my job is to get you going, to get you thinking, to stimulate you in every way so that emotionally you can do better, because it starts with that passion, that you got to have a passion to want to do better. So the show is not for the weak. It's not for the timid. It's not for the scared. It's for people who want to do better. Every Thursday at 2 o'clock, the show is called Ask Brien. Yeah, I'm excited because at 2:30 today, Brian Johnson, how are you?
How you doing, man?
We got Billy the Brain. Now, Billy was my co-host when I was on national radio all over the country. And next to you, you know what's so cool about sitting next to you is the dumbest guy in America and the smartest guy in America can sit next to each other. Isn't that cool?
I think that's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, it's a great concept. And, of course, the fabulous Lindsay McCoy is here. How are you, Lindsay?
I'm well, Ron. Thank you. How are you?
I'm well. And thanks for calling me Ron, because the last person that done that was my mother.
Coach Ron?
I was a coach. I'm a business coach. I don't know if you guys can afford me, but I coach businesses that get stuck. I coach executives and CEOs. In fact, that's a cheap plug. Billy the Brain's coming on at about 2:30, and he has interviewed, like I have, some of the biggest CEOs in this country. What makes a leader? What makes a great CEO? So we're going to find out. But let's start the show with something that you're a very, very successful attorney in L.A., and you and I had a heart-to-heart talk the other day about...
We've had a lot of heart-to-hearts.
We really have. So I'm partners with my wife in a business. I don't want to give my business a plug. You're
not talking about your marriage now, right?
Very happily married. I love my wife. We're very close.
So this is a different type of partnership.
Well, it's a business partnership, and I don't want to give a plug to my company that's called Nations Transaction Services, one of the largest credit card processors in the country. I'm not going to plug. I'm not plugging my company. There's no plug here.
There was no pitch there at all.
No pitch. But my wife and I are partners. But we are officed in different office buildings because we don't get along in business. Look, I'm a marketing guy. I'm a creative genius. I know how to sell. And my beautiful wife, Ellen, is smart like Lindsay, innovative like Lindsay, not anal. Well, she's anal. I mean, she detail-oriented. Lindsay, are you detail-oriented?
Absolutely.
Really?
Detail is the biggest thing to me. It's what really counts.
Yeah. So, I mean, you talking about dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Exactly.
God bless my wife. She does it. But, business moves quickly, right? And so let me ask Brian Johnson here, Lindsay, this question. So business is fluid. It moves. You have to be nimble. Business is changing every day because technology. So here's what I say to people, and nobody's listening that really cares about what I have to say. They care about what you have to say, Brian Johnson, on AskBrien.com.
Don't put yourself down.
No, I'm not putting myself down. But you're the brightest guy in town. That's why the show is called Ask Brien, BRIEN. And you go to the website. You got a website that's in progress. Not great yet. I'm just being honest with you. But it's going to be great, right?
Well, a lot of people say it's great, but we obviously...
No, a lot of people don't say it's great.
Yes, they do.
It's going to have great videos. I know you're working on articles. Go to AskBrien.com. If you go there, do they win something or get something? They did last week.
So last week we gave out tickets to the founder. And by the way...
We had hundreds of people go to that website. So slow it down. Take your time. Don't blow up the server. Go to AskBrien, BRIEN.com. And what are they going to win?
Well, first of all, by the way, I did see the movie last week.
What movie?
The Founder. That was the movie we talked
the
about.
McDonald's guy.
Of course I went there, and of course I got a hamburger afterwards. I had to go to McDonald's and get a hamburger
Did
afterwards.
you really?
Of course I did.
What's your favorite at McDonald's?
I rarely go there. I haven't been there in years. I got to be honest.
I thought you were a gym rat. I thought you work out.
I am, but you know what? I decided after watching the movie, too much commercialization. It was great. I bet you they're going to have a pickup in sales.
I love McDonald's, but I love Taco Bell better. Anyway, go ahead. So what'd you have at McDonald's? Big Mac?
Cheeseburger.
Oh, there you go.
I had one cheeseburger.
Because of the movie, The Founder.
I went
How
to the movie
funny.
because I went there and I thought I was going to have dinner because I went to a dine-in theater type and I thought I was going to have dinner. It was terrible food there, so I didn't eat. When I left, I was hungry. I hadn't had dinner.
And you're in L.A. I mean, there has to be 100 great restaurants just within, 5 miles of your office?
Oh, well, Ruth Chris is about 5 seconds away.
Yeah, I can't afford to eat at Ruth Chris. Are you kidding me? So if you go there, do you go there by yourself, or you take a date, or what do you do at Ruth Chris?
No, Ruth Chris.
So it's $150 for two people without a drink, right?
Listen, I'm not plugging Ruth Chris, but for $14 you can get a hamburger, French fries.
Are you serious?
It's probably better than going to McDonald's.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
At Ruth Chris, 14? Okay.
$14 at the bar.
All right, back to partnerships.
They've got some business model, huh?
So I tell. What do I want to say? I tell people all the time that maybe you shouldn't have a partnership. Maybe partnerships don't work. Agree or disagree?
They work in certain circumstances. I believe that certainly when you have a partnership, and a partnership could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10,000 people. Okay, partnership doesn't mean that it's just two people. So it can be more than two. All right. Now the reality is, by having a partnership, there's good points and there are bad points. Okay. The good points are that you have another person to. Hey, I've got that. Hey, does that website look good? Or hey, is this a good question? Or what do you want to do about marketing? It's always good to have another opinion. Okay, it's always good to have another viewpoint. You were raised one way, I was raised one way, Lindsay was raised a different way. We all have our own backgrounds, right? So there's a lot of value. Also, some people are very good in one area. One person may be very good in marketing.
Okay, slow this down. Slow this down. First of all, if you want to see what we look like, go on Facebook. We're live on Facebook. Aaron, how do they check us out on Facebook? How do they do that?
Well, they can go to facebook.com. Can I hear myself right now? Do you guys hear me?
I hear you great, Aaron. Fine young man.
Yeah, thank you. You can go.
Does your mother know where you are? Does she know that you're at a radio station, or does she still think you're in high school?
No, she's still looking for me. I haven't seen her in years.
So how do you? We're live, which is interesting, and they can see the better part of the threesome here with Lindsay McCoy.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. All right, so they can go to facebook.com /KHTS AM 1220.
Go there.
Yeah, go there.
And you'll have fun today, especially just hang around at 2:30 because we're going to really have a great guest on. We're talking about partnerships right now. And I'm saying, do you really need a partner, Peter? Why do you need a partner? Seriously. Why? I don't need a partner.
Well, I actually think you do. Many people do need a partner, okay? The reality is sometimes you get what's called tunnel vision, and you're focused on one point and one area, and you think you're 100% right. You need another person to sit there and say, you know what, that website needs an adjustment. You know what, we need to do a survey. You know what, we need to bring a student and a professor on the show. You need that other person to open up your eyes to see other points, okay? So there's definitely...
But can I challenge you on each point?
Well, first I want to remind people of one thing. Apple was started by Wozniak and Jobs. It wasn't started by Jobs.
And he got rid of Wozniak pretty quick.
Well, not until after they became a publicly traded company and made millions of dollars.
Aaron, can you turn my sound up a little bit so I can hear? So, can I challenge you on some of the things that you're... Even though you're one of the brightest guys in America...
You can challenge me.
I'm going to challenge you right now. Here's my... this is just behind-the-scenes stuff, ladies and gentlemen, when you're on radio, live on radio. So... I'm saying you can go and either rent, like I rent you. You're a very smart business attorney.
I'm not. So
you're not. I rent you. I'm not buying you. I rent you. But I'm saying I don't need to have you as my partner. So I call you up, pay you $500 an hour or whatever you charge.
Okay.
and you give me good advice. You're not a partner. So let's say I'm building a website. I don't need the web builder as a partner. I don't need the accountant as a partner. I don't need the attorney as a partner. I don't need my advertising agency as a partner. Why? You can rent partners. It's cheaper to rent a partner.
Well, you know what? We had a guest on a couple of weeks ago by the name of Alex Glassman. You recall him?
I liked him.
And do you know what he said?
What did he say?
He said that every single employee in his company has an ownership interest in the company. And do you know what that does?
That's different than
it's not different. What the partnership does is it provides somebody with a vested interest to make sure that you succeed, okay? When you go out to a vendor, the vendor's out there selling his service or product, and when he sells a service or product and he gives you that advice, he gives you that information, you know what? If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Maybe you won't come back to him as a vendor. But as a partner, okay, there's a completely different scenario there. As the partner, you're sitting there and you've got somebody that has a vested interest to making sure that company succeeds, and they're going to have a different viewpoint. And I believe that incentivization by being the partner, just like being a shareholder in a company and getting stock ownership in a company, that's what drives people.
Well, we agree to disagree. Why did the camera just focus on you when I'm next to the next best looking? Yeah, you are, but I'm the next best looking person.
Well, we are sitting next to the most beautiful person is Lindsay.
So thank you for moving the camera around. Lindsay McCoy, you're a very successful real estate broker, agent. So you're doing something with real estate.
Don't you want my opinion on that question?
I want your opinion on that question. Jump in, girl.
I agree with Brian. I feel that you do need at least two partners involved. Brian is really good at putting things together, and he has that business acumen, and it comes naturally to him. For me, I like to focus more on the customer feedback and the customer experience, which Brian, I think he lacks a little bit in. So I believe we make a good partnership in that regard. But
but you can rent them. You don't have to be partners. You can go on a rental or a lease basis or something like that. Now the camera's on her. What happened to me?
We want someone beautiful.
The show's called AskBrien, BRIEN.com. The website. Go to the website. Back to the website. Are they going to win anything, get anything for free? Why don't you give a free McDonald's? Why don't you give McDonald's away? Seriously. McDonald's coupons.
All right, so for every fifth person...
Oh, come on. Every person that goes to the website, don't be cheap. You make a lot of money. Give come on, man. Don't be cheap. Go to the website, AskBrien.com, and you're going to get what? A free Big Mac? So you can't afford a free Big Mac?
I'm not giving away Big Macs. I'm giving away Starbucks because people are more interested in Starbucks.
I'm wondering.
See, I got the bell.
Finally we get the bell.
They agree with me. Hold on. This is the proposal. Anybody who registers on AskBrien before the show is over will receive a $5 gift card to Starbucks.
Oh, you are such a generous puppy. You're so generous. If you go to AskBrien.com, I'll throw in something. I don't know what. Let me think about it before I have to take out my inheritance from anyway, never mind. All right, so the show's called Ask Brien, BRIEN.com. The fabulous Lindsay McCoy, innovative, creative, and smart.
I think she had a partnership question she was going to ask.
Oh, what's your partnership
That's right,
question?
actually. I have a question, and it's how to protect myself in case my partner tries to kick me out or is unfair. Brian, do you have an answer for that one?
Wow, that is a really good question. now I'm totally on the spot.
I'm on to you.
Oh, better be careful now. Well, listen, boys and girls. All right, so here's the deal. You have to, when you have a partnership agreement, you can't just do it by a handshake. People do it by a handshake. People say, oh, this is our deal. This is what's going to happen. You know what happens? You end up in trouble down the road. If the company's not making money, yeah, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it. When the money comes in, people change, okay? And the reality is, in order to, you have to protect yourself. And to protect yourself, you need a written agreement. You do not have to go to a lawyer, but you need to be very, very careful and make sure that you have documented everything. Why? Because when the money starts coming in, people react differently. The money goes out the door, and the last thing you want to do is be involved in a lawsuit because the only one that wins is the lawyer. Oh, that's me. Sorry. And The lawyers will win. You will end up with nothing. Unless you have a huge company like a Facebook or a Google that's billions and billions of dollars, financially, you'll end up broke and not be able to afford your own lawyer to pursue any legal action. So I would say if you can afford a lawyer, you go to a lawyer. But if you can't afford a lawyer, at least have it in writing. At least have the things down. What are you going to do? What is the other partner going to do? What are your responsibilities? What are your roles? How much is each partner going to invest? What happens when the money comes in? How are you going to determine who gets the money?
Can you slow it down just for a second and let me look, I'm a business coach. I do pretty good at it. I would say I'm back to the rental thing. Don't get married just yet. Rent the partner for 6 months. Have some kind of an agreement. I agree. You have to have everything in writing today, right? And that's where you come in.
Well, because all those lawyers out there.
No, I know. But the point is, I agree with you. Everything needs to be in writing. But why don't you have a stair-step evaluation of each other? Because I like what Lindsay said earlier, is that Lindsay feels that complementing one another, maybe Lindsay's better at math, maybe you're better at art, maybe Lindsay's better at communication, maybe you're better at dieting or something. I don't know, but
I'm definitely better at dieting.
I think I am.
So the point is that you don't have to jump into a relationship. A lot of times it's just like getting married. You meet somebody, you like them, and then a month later or 2 months later you go, really, this is the person. Be patient is what I would say. Be patient and put yourself into various activities, and money's a good one. So if you're making money, what does the other person feel about money? A lot of people don't understand how money works. A lot of people are not successful because they don't know how money works, or their reference points growing up were so poor that they don't know how money works. So if all of a sudden you're doing well and money's coming into the business and somebody says to you, I need a raise, and they don't understand how business works, they don't understand that you have to invest back in the business, now you can have problems. This person's going to constantly coming back and asking for more and more and more. So that's what I'm saying. Take your time. You're listening to a show called AskBrien.com. We're live today on Facebook. Aaron, are we live every week on Facebook? We are? Okay, that's pretty cool.
I don't think we were live last week.
No, so that means you can, on your smartphone, your Droid or iPhone, you can watch our show, right? You don't have to listen to it on hometownstation.com. You can just go on your phone, which is very cool. And also, KHTS, one of the best radio stations in the country, I'm not lying, won all kinds of awards. Do you know this station won the best community radio station award?
Wow.
In California? Yeah, KHTS.
That's amazing.
AM 1220. So if you're not a frequent listener, every Thursday at 2 o'clock, you can listen to us banty stuff around. You're always going to get the truth from me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it like you're sugarcoating
I'm not
stuff.
Sugarcoating anything.
You're sugarcoating
but I am
everything.
Educating the public.
Really? Okay. All right. You are one of the brightest men in America, and you happen to be an attorney. So you're a licensed officer of the court, and I think you know.
And
what
an
you're
accountant.
Doing. Oh, you're an accountant too?
As well, yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's what makes you fun, I think. Is that you're an accountant. So the show is...
No dryness.
The show wants to make you think about your life. I know you're sitting in your car waiting to pick up your kids from grammar school, junior high school, or high school. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business. So let me change subjects. If you're thinking about starting a business, where do you go first? What should somebody do first if they're thinking about starting a business?
Research.
Attaboy. I do agree with that. So finally we agree on something. But what do you want them
I'll take it back then because I don't want to be agreeable.
Oh, no, we need to be agreeable. The show is called Ask Brien, BRIEN. If you go to BRIEN.com and register, what do you want them to do when they get to the website? Because they're going to get a free Starbucks card.
You go to the site.
I'd love to see you throw in a McDonald's something. I mean...
I'm already giving away $5 for every person who registers.
Oh, my God. You make so much money. You're so successful. Don't. Come on.
10,000 people register. That's $50,000.
Well, you got it. You can handle it.
You have your dollars on the line?
You can handle it. So what does somebody research? I love the fact that if you're going to start a business, research, but what do you want them to research? Competition, the market that they're going into, the segment of the market. I say to my clients all the time, find a niche. You make money in niches, yes or no?
Yes, but be careful here, okay? I do agree with him on the niches issue, but what you need to do is you need to find out what business you want. And you know what? One of the biggest things, and by the way, Lindsay is a prime example of this. She believes in passion. If you have passion for your business, that's another great part. So it's not just a niche, it's a passion that you have an interest in the product or service that you're selling and that you believe in the product or service, okay? So those are things that you have to decide on a type of product or service you're going to get into. And then from there, you can research a couple of different areas. You're not going to just sit there and say, focused on, hey, I'm going to be a radio show owner. You know what? Maybe you have the passion for that. That's great, okay? But can you get, there's so many other issues to be involved in there. You have to go through competition. There's a whole bunch of areas that you're going to have to determine going through research. Google is a great resource. By the way, AskBrien.
Do you do those commercials where you speak so fast? You're the guy on the commercial.
I'm the FedEx commercial years ago.
1995 P.O. Box. So Lindsay McCoy,
the laughing girl.
We're going to take a break here.
I think they call that an auctioneer.
He's saying a lot of
55,
the right
55, 65, 65, 70, 75, 85, 90.
Sold.
The show's called AskBrien.
We'll have an auction next week.
So when you got into real estate, how did you're a Coldwell Banker, right?
Correct.
So did you do a lot of research?
Absolutely. Actually, no, I didn't. I got into real estate at a very young age, and it was just one of those things where I knew I wanted to do. It's a very difficult business.
Seems like a fun occupation.
It's a great occupation, but like any other business, it's competitive. And in order to really stand out and be successful in the business, you have to put in your dues, you have to know your competition, and you have to have a niche.
Can I ask you an honest question about real estate?
Sure.
You ready for an honest answer?
Okay.
Don't you guys, I know, Aaron, we're going to break in a minute. Then we're coming back with Billy the Brain. I think he's the smartest guy in America. He's unbelievably, you'll hear him here. Don't leave us.
Competition, huh?
Quickly, though, when the best deals come up, you guys eat them first, don't you? I mean, the public never gets. You guys always buy the best properties. Be honest, yes or no?
Well, that's true. You usually have some customers that are first on your list, and you'll bring them to them first, and
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just like the stock market. All right.
You have to be an insider, huh?
You got to be an insider. AskBrien, BRIEN.com. Go there. Just put your name. You can put a phone email. We don't care. You're going to get a Starbucks gift card, which is pretty cool. I love Starbucks. We're going to come right back on the show. Ask Brien. Tell your friends about it because our show's interesting. Might even put a little smile on your face every Thursday at 2 o'clock. Aaron's thinks we're funny, so that's all that matters to me. Be right back. AskBrien, BRIEN.com. Don't forget, go to the website.